Hello, everyone, and welcome to my channel. My name is Ashley, and today we have Miss Whitney Knox Lee with us. Miss Whitney is a native of Seattle, but relocated here to Georgia about 10 years ago in search of new opportunities career-wise. She wanted to be around more individuals who look like her down in the South. She is a wife, a mother of two young boys, ages 3 and 6, and in their free time, they like to travel, exploring new beaches, and daydreaming of one day living there. Today, we are going to be discussing how estate planning correlates with your real estate goals. Now, let's get into this. Okay, Whitney, can you share with us what someone can expect when they finally decided to plan their estate?
Yeah, so the first thing that you need to do is identify the attorney that you're going to hire. There are a variety of considerations in this decision, but once you've made that determination, your attorney is going to explain to you what their process is. For the most part, our processes are very similar. Our process at Wills for the People is to first do a consultation with you to be able to explain to you what services that we provide so that you can make sure that what you need is actually within our expertise. The next thing that we'll do is have you sign a retainer agreement or a engagement agreement. This is the contract saying you are hiring Wills for the People or whoever to do your estate planning on your behalf. It's going to lay out the fee structure, whether you have a payment plan or not. It's going to lay out timelines, so when you can expect for the estate plan to be completed by. It's going to lay out the expectations around communication that you can hold the attorney to and that they are going to hold you to. And then from there, you will make your payment. Some attorneys do payment plans. At Wills for the People, we do allow payment plans. Other attorneys do not. For the most part, though, you will be paying for your services up front. So you are going to pay for the estate plan before you actually get the estate plan. After you've made the payment, you may go through a series of questionnaires. Sometimes attorneys will do this with you in person or over the phone. Other times you will just receive electronic or paper questionnaires that you're going to complete. These questionnaires are asking you all the questions about what is in your estate and how you want that estate distributed. So it talks about assets like real and personal property. We ask about bank account information, stock and bond. We ask about your family information, including do you have children and do you have deceased children? And do those deceased children have children? Because we want to know all of the people in your family who would be considered heirs under Georgia law, in addition to all of the people who are not in your family, but who you want to inherit from the will. After the questionnaires have been completed, we use that information to then draft your estate plan. An estate plan can be simple. It can include just the will, or it can be very comprehensive. It can have power of attorney documents. It can have HIPAA forms. It can have a will, and it can have a trust. You will have an opportunity to review these documents before they're finalized. And then when it's time to finalize the documents, you'll meet with your attorney for what's called the signing ceremony. This is where you will have at least 2 witnesses and a notary who are present to be able to sign the documents that you have now had drafted for you. After you've signed the estate plan, you now have an estate plan, which is really exciting. And your attorney will likely share with you some additional information on how to now use your estate plan. So that's the breakdown as to what you can expect when you're working with an estate planning attorney.
Okay, thank you so much for sharing that with us. Would you mind maybe touching on the cost that's associated with estate planning, industry standards, and specifically what you all offer at Wills for the People?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's typical to see wills packages that start at $2,000 and up. A wills package is a will and power of attorney forms, possibly a HIPAA form. At Wills for the People, our packages, you can get just the will for around $750 to $800 as of today. And then our foundation package, which includes the HIPAA form, starts at $1,150. So we do try to be a bit more affordable than other attorneys on the market, because our planning around how we work is specifically for folks of color. And we know that folks of color in general have less liquid assets than white people. So not only does that mean you're going to have less money in your pocket, but it's also going to mean that your estate might be simpler in terms of the amount of property that you have, for example. So we try to keep our prices accessible to as many people as possible.
Okay, that's great. And earlier you kind of mentioned about payment plans that are associated with estate planning. Is that something that you all offer at Wills for the People? And if so, can you explain to us maybe how that works?
Yes, it is. So we do have payment plans. Our payment plans, you can choose whether you want to do 2 or 3 monthly payments. What that would mean is that your estate planning process would be drawn out for at least 2 or 3 months. I would be completing the work depending on the payment that you've made. So, like I said at the outset, a lot of estate planning attorneys, myself included, require the payment to be made upfront. Once you have paid me, I will then basically break up the work that needs to be done in your case into 2 halves or into 3/3, and I will do that work. We also have power of attorney and estate planning courses. And what this is an even more extended payment plan option. Specifically, the estate planning course is 6 months long, and it includes getting a complete estate plan, which is the power of attorney's will and a trust document. But it also includes on the front end an educational session for you and family members. And on the back end, in month 6, after your estate plan is already created, it includes a personalized education session for your family based on what your estate plan says. So it's really helpful that after you've created an estate plan, you are making sure that your family understands what is in the estate plan and why, and how to use this estate plan. And so our 6-month plan allows you to make monthly payments over a 6-month period of time. It allows you to get this extra personalized experience regarding the education component, and it allows you to really involve your family in the estate planning process if that's something that you want to do. And that package starts at $3,500, and so that is making monthly payments. I should have done the math. I don't know. Whatever, 1/6
Like
of that amount.
500, 500 or 600. Yeah.
Yeah. And then also throughout that 6-month period, of course, you are working with me directly. You're also watching educational videos and completing worksheets and questionnaires that help me to draft your documents as we go.
Well, that's awesome, and definitely a way to make things affordable, for individuals. So thank you so much for sharing that with us. Subscribe to my channel to learn more about probate real estate, financial literacy, and generational wealth planning.